and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and here today we've got the 2023 Toyota Hiace, and this is the long wheelbase, so let's check it out. Alright, before we get into the video, just want to do a shout out to Brian Hilton Toyota, who were nice enough to let me have a look at this today, and I'll leave their contact details down below. And if you are after a Hiace or any of the Toyota range, go and see them and let them know that Alex from AG Automotive sent you, and they will look after you. So at the front here, you've got the Toyota badge there. You've got this black sort of grille there and a bit of a chunky sort of bumper down below. You also get the halogen headlights there as well. And Brian Hilton have fitted the headlight covers and the bonnet protector, as you can see there. Now, what are your thoughts on the 23 Hiace? Have you got one yet, or have you got the older one? Let me know in the comments. So the wheels on the Hiace are 16-inch wheels, and they're just steel wheels with a Toyota silver trimmed cover on it. And to be honest, they look okay and they do the job. Now, if you can have a look up here, you do get, or Brian Hilton have fitted some roof racks along to the back there. And we'll come around to the back. So you've got the Toyota badge, you've got a camera under there, you've got Hiace there, and then you've got Brian Hilton have fitted this tow bar and also this stand on the back with your parking sensors, if you can see that. Now, the Hiace will tow 1900 kilos. So keep that in mind if you are looking to tow anything. Alright, let's go and have a look inside. Alright, just in the Hiace. And first impressions is, you know what, it's very much a rugged place to be in here. Now, it is comfortable with the seats, they're cloth trim seats, but you do have hard plastics all over the dash, even the door trims there too, and not forgetting the center piece there. So again, hard wearing, but there's not a lot of creature comforts in here. So, to the right of the steering wheel, you've got a couple of buttons there. There's your DPF button and your auto high beam. And then you've got a cup holder just above that with some teeth to hold everything in. You do have auto headlights, manual wipers. The steering wheel itself, nice to hold. And you've got this nice silver or chrome trim piece around the buttons there. On the left there, you got buttons for the dash there, and on the right there, you do have your cruise control buttons. On the bottoms there, you do have some audio controls there as well. Now, the dash itself, you get analog speedo and tacho, which again is a good thing. The little screen in the middle, you do get a digital speedo, which is a lot better, especially being 2023. And you've got a few things there, like your trip computers there. You've also got things like your radio and safety features and whatnot as well. You can turn a lot of that on or off if you wish. So the media screen. Now, this is one of the older media screens. I mean, they have updated the firmware over the years, but it's still the old model, and even the navigation does look a bit dated to me. So we do have the navigation first. I'll just go into that. You get a full screen, but again, it works, but I think they could use a major update for this. And Toyota have updated some of their vehicles with the newer screen and newer mapping, and it does look a lot nicer. You do get audio there. So you got AM, FM, and digital radio stations, along with Bluetooth from a phone device. You can also use a USB device as well. You do get your phone, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, along with your apps, and also a setup screen with a whole bunch of bits and pieces there for you. And below there you do have your single zone climate control, again with the knobs there, really easy to use. And then below that there's a couple of buttons there, your idle up, your auto start stop on or off, and your traction control, along with a little bit of storage just below that. And the gear stick itself, you got PRND and S or manual mode if you want, which I guess it's good, you know, if you got a full load on one of these and you got to go up a steep hill, you can keep it in with the gear that you want. Now I'll just go into the reverse. That's reasonably clear. Toyota normally make reasonably clear cameras, which is good. Below the gear shifter you do have a USB, a 12-volt plug, and a space for your business cards. Now further down you do have a massive amount of space there to fit anything you pretty much want. And then you've got a little bit of space in here, and then if you open this up you can actually see there is quite a fair bit of room in there as well. You can nearly live in there, there's that much room. And you do have 2 cup holders behind you. You also do get a cup holder up here next to the media screen, and another 12-volt plug there as well. And the glove box itself, you know what, reasonably big, and you can store obviously your service books and a whole heap of other bits and pieces, iPads or whatever you want in there. And you do also get another cup holder on the left there. Alright, let's go and have a look in the back. Okay, just in the back of the Hiace. So, as you can see, massive amounts of room here. You can get a few pallets in there, and you get a few tie down spots as well. The rear tyre is underneath the back, so for better storage. You can also get as an option the barn doors for the rear of the Hiace. And if I come round to the side here, you can see you've got even more ease of loading and unloading. And you do have your breakdown tools just under the step here as well. Alright, let's go and have a look under the bonnet. Alright, so under the bonnet of the Hiace. So here we have a 2.8 litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine, and it produces 130 kilowatts of power and 450 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 6-speed automatic driving the rear wheels. Now Toyota claims the Hiace will use 8.2 litres per 100 kilometres combined, which I think is really good for a big van this size. Alright, let's go for a drive. Alright, I'm just going to go for a drive in the Hiace, so let's go. Now vision out the front is really good straight ahead and towards the passenger side. You get a humongous window. Vision out the back, you know what, it's actually pretty good for, yeah, the window's got a bit of depth and width with it as well, and you do get your parking sensors and reverse camera to aid in that as well. Vision out the sides, the left side's really good because you get that extra window. The right side not so much, but you can opt for a window in that side if you wish. And the mirrors are pretty tall, not so much wide, but you get an okay field of vision out of them, so which is good. So just driving around the suburbs, you can hear the 2.8 litre is a little bit noisy. Obviously most diesels are. Also add to the fact that there's not a lot of sound deadening in this van because it's meant for a workhorse or a work van, so it's died down. And you can sort of hear the road noise as well, even when you come off the throttle. So how does it go over the bumps? Well, I'm just going to pick a street here. It's not difficult to find a bumpy road on the Central Coast, and we're just going to gently go over the bumps and see what happens. Now, I'll be honest, it's actually soaking up the bumps reasonably well, and it's empty. So normally with these sort of vehicles, when you load them up, they actually become better over bumps. But the Hiace is actually pretty good over bumps while it's empty. Steering is reasonably light for a van, and I think you need it to be getting in and out of tight areas, in city areas, things like that. And a lot of these vans are used to, you know, things like delivery vans or, you know, tradie vans like electricians, plumbers, things like that. So I guess you're going to always go into harder to get into spots, and you need a van that is easy on the steering. And the 2.8 pulls you up hills with ease without any dramas. I mean, it has been used for quite some time, the 2.8 litre turbo diesel. As you probably recall, they do have them in the majority of the Hiluxes. So it's sort of been tried and tested there, and then they popped it in the van, and it actually goes really, really well. So how does the Hiace go, like acceleration wise? Well, let's find out. And we'll just go from a rolling start, say like 30 Ks. And it gets up and goes as well, guys. So, yeah, pretty impressed with the motor in the Hiace, even though the faster you go, the more wind noise and road noise you can hear from the back. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, thanks guys.